Hello, and welcome to A Word of Hope for Wednesday of the 18th week in Ordinary Time. I'm Brother Joe Trout, coming to you from St. Vincent Ferrer Parish in River Forest. And I'd like to build on what we talked about yesterday, this idea of trusting in the Word of God, that that He is our foundation, that is what we return to, the Gospel, this Word of Christ that speaks to us today. Because in today's Gospel, that Word says nothing. That in fact, when a woman is crying out in need, He does nothing. His apostles come to him and say, this woman, send her away, she's just driving us crazy now. He says, I was only sent to the lost children of Israel. And then she insists all the more, help me. And this Canaanite woman is desperate, help me. And then he says to her, it's not right to throw the food that belongs to the children to the dogs. Then she comes right back with, the dogs will take the scraps from the masters. And he praises her faith. Okay, what's going on here, right? Interpreting Jesus' tone is a guessing game here, right? There's not a lot of context that's given to it. Some people tend to think of this as a harshness, that why is Jesus being so standoffish with her? Others will interpret this as Jesus is being almost humorous, that there's kind of a wry, dry humor here where he's kind of luring her in and prompting her and trying to draw her to faith. I kind of tend towards the latter one. I almost hear a smile in his voice as he's saying this, because I think she's dealing with a reality that we all face at some point in life, or many, many points in life, that we cry out to God and He does nothing. He's silent. And His silence draws her in. She insists more. She comes closer and closer to Him. And that's part of this nature of why doesn't God answer right away? That sometimes when people stop talking and say nothing, it just brings you more towards them. Like, you could run away, some people do, but there's a way in which answering right away sometimes doesn't help. That, like, when I'm teaching and there's chaos in the room, one of my strategies is I step back and stand there and I'm just silent for a moment. And it usually calms down, and then people start paying attention more. That in the midst of our needs, sometimes God is silent so that we can finally listen and come closer. And then it's our faith that He praises, to continue deeper into it, into that trust in Him, into following that word when it's not so simple. So that's the question to ponder for today. When God is silent, what do I do? Do I run away? Or do I say, God, I'll take even the scraps and follow after Him? Thank you, and God bless.